Make sure this is working. My camera's down here. I keep wanting to look up to the top, but at the screen. But yeah, first world problems. Oh, I think we're live. Oh my gosh, is the sound working?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
we're good.
Look at
We
that.
are live.
And we are live at the 8th episode of Bitcoin and Beers. What is up, guys? I am one of your hosts, Noah from Noah's Ark of Crypto, the best shitty little group of all time. So we have special guests today. I'm really excited about this because they took the entire crypto world by storm last week. We have Mike and Aaron from doiownashitcoin.com. Guys, go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell us what you're drinking.
Hey.
Welcome.
Yep. No, glad to be here. I'm having a Brooklyn Lager. I'm having a Corona.
You gotta tell everybody which one's Mike, which one's Aaron.
Oh yeah, I'm Mike. I'm Aaron.
All right. And then we got, as usual, Johnny Mags. Sir?
Yeah. I'm keeping it Mexican beer also, not a Corona, but a Sol.
Sol.
You went
Sol.
You went few tiers higher than usually, because usually you drink the cheapest shit. Like
Man, where's the Frio? Where's the 99 cent?
Nesso's gone. Nesso's gone. I saved it for another occasion, just one time, and then I couldn't even do it. I was
Threw beer away.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
And I just gave it away. It was a little barbecue kind of thing. I just kind of threw it in the cooler. And it was one of the last ones left over. So I don't know what happened to it.
So we decided to drink some shitty beers this one time, and he got by far, like I got Foster's and Busch Light one time, and he got literally the shittiest beer of all time. It's called Frio. I've never heard of it. Frio. And he took one drink of it and looked like it was going to be sick. Like this is, it looks like the type of beer, and it probably tastes like it, that people see you drinking it and you're instantly labeled an alcoholic.
Yeah, yeah.
Like old Milwaukee's Best or something like that.
It's like brewed in a bathtub or something, and it's just not good.
Well, it's bear market, right? It's bear market. It's ramen and cheap beer.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fair market beer, man. Ramen and Frio. So, Bart.
I'm drinking Innis and Gunn today. I think it's a new beer, or it's a new rebranded beer, because I never heard about it before. But they started like advertising like crazy in Scotland recently, so I just went for it. It's I think basic lager. I'm gonna give it a go and see what it tastes like. So
chug
cheers.
it all right now. I want your teeth to hurt because it's so cold.
No, I'm gonna cry. I'm just gonna try it.
Just chug it. Tell us how it is.
I can, man. I can. I'm not real Polish, but it's good. Yeah, it's. I guess it's decent. So I'll tell you at the end of the stream how it was.
How much did it cost?
I don't know. I didn't pay for it. It's bear market, man. I took it from my friends.
You stole beer from your friends.
I generally, like, we went for a barbecue. I didn't buy any beer, and at the end of barbecue, we had like lots of food and beer left over. And we're like, "Can I have one beer?" And I just took one beer. I'm telling you, man. It's bear market, and I'm getting liquidated left and right.
Awesome. Well,
Sorry.
What's that?
Nothing.
I'm not drinking anything again, guys. I drinking water. I'm on the keto diet. I know. I have lost 15 pounds in like 3.5 weeks. All right, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling lean. I'm feeling mean. But I can't spike my blood sugar because alcohol turned into blood sugar, spike my insulin. I get fat. I get bitch tits. I can't do it. I got to be disciplined right now. So that it is what it is. I'll get back to this in a couple weeks. But let's get to our guests, Mike and Aaron. First off, awesome site that you guys have created. Tell us about the site. We can walk through it afterwards. Tell us how you guys came up with it, and I mean your background in crypto. What's your mix up?
Yeah, so me and Aaron have been involved for crypto now for the past 4.5 years. So we've been invested in crypto and involved for a long time. As of right now, I mean, before Do I Own a Shitcoin and still during it, our more serious project is really around this company called Tradenomics, which is a financial portfolio management system for tracking crypto, mostly for like hedge fund type of clients. But and then another venture we're getting into now is sort of the OTC market. The over-the-counter market is very hot right now, like supplying very large Bitcoin orders, in the $500,000+ range. And then as a break from all those side,
you mean like finding buyers?
Buyers and sellers.
Yeah. So if a buyer comes to us and says, I need $5 or $10 million worth of crypto at one price, we can reach out to different sources, supply the liquidity. And then generally banks like HSBC or JP Morgan, surprisingly, is pretty easy to escrow with. And if the buyer or seller doesn't have one in mind.
That's interesting,
man. Yeah. That's badass. So you guys are like big fish, huh?
We've been involved for a while, and the do I own a shitcoin as being a claim to fame is makes our eyes roll a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
it's so crypto.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, so before we get to the website, tell us about how you guys got into crypto, like what's piqued your interest, what kept you there, etc.
I think our mutual friend actually got Mike into crypto like 4.5, 5 years ago. Just as he's this, quirky, always on the latest and greatest thing. And I was actually skeptical at first. I'm the more technical half of us too. And I was definitely more skeptical for like a year or two. I had to warm up to the idea. Mike dove right into it. And eventually he pulled me in. And I've been hooked since.
Yeah, and there's no particular reason. It wasn't like I was selling crack on Silk Road or anything.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no. But no, pretty much one of our buddies just kind of introduced it to me, and I just found it so fascinating for some reason. I never really knew much about money or finance or the philosophy behind it, but as he was explaining it to me, I just got kind of hooked. The day he told it to me, he's like, yo, if you want to give me $1 or $200, I'll give you some Bitcoin. And I think that's what pushed me into it. I didn't have to hook up a Coinbase account or anything. I was lucky enough to know someone personally who could just privately give it to me. And ever since then, I was just kind of hooked, just buying and selling random shitcoin.
Yeah. So, all right, are you or are you not the guys that sold 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pieces?
We're not. That'd be cool though.
You are not. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That would suck. I would kill myself.
At this point, I would just own it. But yeah, it would be a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, for sure. So, what was so both of you guys first got into Bitcoin? Like first, that was your first coin?
Yeah, Bitcoin was the first coin, yeah. And then Redcoin was my second. I don't know why I remember that. I got it on Cryptsy before I went down.
Redcoin isn't the shitcoin that McAfee was shilling, right? That was his number one shitcoin.
He may have. He would have shilled that one.
It was last alt season, like November, December. He said he did his coin of the day on Twitter, and he was like RDD. And he gave a reason why. And when I saw that, I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, you're not even trying anymore. Like, what are you doing?
The SEC actually blocked him from speaking about ICOs or really picks at all.
Good.
Yeah. But yeah, now he's turned that into a conspiracy theory about how the government authorities are after him to shut crypto down and blah, blah, blah. I mean, he spins everything into a different way. Yeah.
Everything is a conspiracy theory with McAfee.
Do you think he really got poisoned? Or do you think he was going in there for like tattoo removal or something like that? And then it was like, hey, honey, take a picture of me dead.
But did you see the picture of the supposed assassin that he's trying to track down like dogs?
It's like the most assassin-looking assassin ever.
He's like assassin from those '90s TV shows, American TV shows, like assassin on the motorbike with like few-day-old stable on the face. Yeah, I love the guy. He's great. I think he's a great fun for crypto world.
I remember like maybe 2 months ago or something, he tweeted about how he allegedly beat up one of his security guards, who's one of those jack armed guys, because he like woke him up like while he was sleeping or something. And I feel like if he got poisoned, he would fire his whole staff. Like if someone wakes him up when he wasn't supposed to wake up and he beats them up and then he gets poisoned, like I don't know.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's a publicity stunt because okay, so after that he got all that publicity, and then after that he says he's running for president again. Okay, whatever. I don't know if those are
did he?
Yeah. He says
awesome.
Hey, he was the number 2 libertarian candidate last cycle.
He was. He really lost, like, I think supposedly by a very small margin with Gary Johnson, right?
Gary Johnson, yeah. No, I don't know. I think Gary whipped the shit out of him, but I think Gary Johnson got less.
Well, he was still number 2. He was still choice number 2. That's amazing. A guy who says that he fucked a whale or something. I don't know.
But after that, like, okay, if you're gonna go after somebody you think is your assassin, you're not gonna post the picture of them on Twitter and say, "I'm coming to kill you," to let them know that you know who they are. Okay, just basic human psychology. So, but McAfee's a weird one. Okay, have you guys seen? By chance, I always mention this, but have you seen his Netflix documentary?
I haven't even needed it.
I still haven't seen it.
I think most people know what you're about to go with.
Mike, Aaron?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Oh,
but
guys,
you know about his history.
Here's the thing, okay? And look, I'm not trying to be morbid, but this is the truth of the documentary. 100%. On the documentary, all of his girlfriends in Belize, where he was living when he allegedly murdered that guy, his neighbor who killed his dog. All of it, he'd have a bunch of girlfriends, and they'd all stay over, and this is what, almost a third world country, second world country, whatever. It's depressed, I guess, is a good way to put it. And so all these women didn't have any money, and so they'd be John McAfee's girlfriends, and they'd all live at his place, and he'd say, none of you guys are better than the other, so get along. And so he had like 10 girlfriends going at once. And they interviewed a bunch of them, and on the documentary, they all said that he wouldn't have sex with them. He would cut a hole in the hammock, and they would literally shit in his mouth through the hammock. And multiple of his former girlfriends said this. And this is a Showtime documentary.
So
that's the quality of human being we're working with.
That's on Netflix. Is that on
Netflix? It's on Netflix. Yeah, there's all sorts of people interviewing, confirming it, and crypto Twitter blew up. And somehow he stayed quiet about that. Out of all the stuff he talks all the time, stayed quiet about that one.
Was it before or after his presidential run? I mean, like his.
Before, way before.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take that to such a dark place, but we got to tell the truth about McAfee. This is the quality of weirdo we're working with here.
Surprises me.
Good for him. You know what? Whatever floats your boat.
Exactly. I'm happy. It tells you that in America you can make a dream for yourself. Whatever whoever you are, whatever you do, you can still make it. You can
and get shit in your mouth, I guess.
Exactly, and you can still be a like #1 crypto guy. So that's great.
And guys, that wraps up the show. Just kidding.
So go ahead now.
No, I was just gonna get back to Mike and Aaron.
I know, Mike and Aaron. So do you guys have any like big names or shills or people who are always pumping a certain type of bag go after you guys? Anyone that said anything or upset or passionate about a certain coin?
David Goldstein?
So I guess yeah. I mean, there were a couple coins that we saw popped up on Twitter, and honestly, I don't remember the name of them because they were the biggest shit coins I've ever heard of. But
well, first off, what's a shit coin to you?
So a shit coin to us is primarily it's something. I think it's based on the team primarily. Like if you're going to judge a coin, like if you're actually going to look into investing in a coin, it's all about the team at this point.
Yeah.
And also, what we like to look for is if the team is actually building their own blockchain. This is getting a little more serious now, but a lot of these coins, like if you look at what are some of them? Even early days of like Tron, even, right? So Tron was an ERC20 token on Ethereum, right? And now they did this huge swap, and they're creating their own mainnet and launching their own platform coin to compete with Ethereum. So, no, Tron 2, I believe.
Yeah, Tron's trying to.
Yeah, Tron's calling themselves all of a sudden started calling themselves a platform.
Yeah, so pretty much though, if you think about it, right, Ethereum had the technical experience and know-how to create their own blockchain that people can launch tokens on them. But there's a lot of coins now who are claiming to be a platform coin, but they don't yet understand how to even create their own mainnet, and they're creating an ERC20 token launching on Ethereum, which is very sneaky because people think that they're buying a coin, but they're really buying a token on the Ethereum platform. Then in the end, which is hilarious because we would think that Vitalik or somehow they would try to want to prevent this, because what they're doing then is these coins are ICOing for a lot of money on Ethereum. And they're
coin, Patientori.
Yeah. And so they make they raise all of this Ethereum that they have, and they're huge bag holders of Ethereum. And then eventually their ambition is to create their own blockchain separately, do a coin swap, and then dump their Ethereum probably.
And it's just interesting how they're fueling their own competition. So sometimes when we look into investing in a coin, we actually want to find out, okay, is it an ERC20 token right now? Or are they at least good enough to make their own blockchain to start with?
Yeah.
And if it is an ERC20 token, is there a purpose? Is it actually going to long-term be operating on the Ethereum network?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you guys look at a team, what are you looking at? You looking at their LinkedIn's? You're looking at their background, their experience, or kind of if it matches up with their roadmap, ambitions? I mean, what do you guys typically look at?
Yeah, pretty much. That's there's no secret sauce. Pretty much, yeah. You look at the LinkedIn, you dig into it as much as you can, and then also it is a small world. So as you dive deeper and deeper into crypto, and you meet people who are actually, it's not even about knowing whales or really wealthy people. It's just about knowing people who create projects. It's a small world, and as you reach out to your network eventually, as it grows, you'll meet people who will know someone who knows that person, and you can find out even deeper info.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
But as far as the actual Do I Own a Shitcoin website goes, to back up real quick, we explained our background, but when we launched it, we spent literally like 2 hours building it. We just pulled all the coins from CoinMarketCap, pretty much split them up by market cap and made certain answers that had the same sentiment based on the market cap they're in. And that's how the answers are being spit out. Judging it by team would be a manual process across thousands of coins.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's something we hope to add to a greater shittiness algo eventually.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I want to get into the site and show everybody it and show some of the funny answers and stuff. But before we do that, what are some of you guys' favorite coins? Are you Bitcoin maximalists? Are you guys ETH maximalists? I mean, do you like altcoins, or in terms of shit coins, what are we looking at for the coins that you guys do like?
Gotcha.
So we definitely like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, the big three. I'd say we're big on that. We're not huge on Bitcoin Cash.
We are into the privacy coins.
Yeah.
We like, I would say, Monero as one, the big one, because we like the ring signature setup. But
okay, let me ask you this: how do you guys feel about the founders reward on Zcash?
Yeah, I think and then it forked into Zcash, right? From there. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. I think that it's kind of BS in general. I don't like big founder rewards, especially on like a proof of work type of coin.
Yeah.
So I would say I like Z Classic better, just because it was forked and it's literally the same thing without a mining reward.
Yeah. I like Zcoin best out of all of those.
Zcoin's the original one. Yeah.
But yeah, so you like Monero.
Like Monero, and as far as the shitcoin goes, like a higher risk coin, we're looking at Pivx.
Yeah.
We
master nodes.
Yeah, we like the master nodes. And they actually, if you like Zcoin.
Yeah,
right?
They were the first proof of stake.
They were proof of stake coin to implement the zero coin protocol.
Yeah.
So even your stakes now are more anonymous.
Yeah. Speaking of Zcoin, they just sent me a T-shirt, and I don't even know how they got my address.
Really? That's kind of creepy.
It came from like Africa or something like that, or some Belarus. I don't know what country it was from. And I was like, it was this beaten up package, and I was like, honey, should I even open this? Like, is this like SARS or whatever? And I opened it, and it said Zcoin, and it said.
Did you scan it for like any bugs? Because maybe they're like just trying to wire you, like spy on you.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to give me rickets or something. But yeah, they sent me a T-shirt, and I already liked them as it was. They got master nodes, so there you go. Have you guys ever heard of Lux? You guys fans of Lux at all?
I've heard of it, but I have not dived into that one at all.
You should look into it. It's
really good shit coin.
It's a really damn good shitcoin. They got an awesome team, and 10 million market cap right now, so still low, but they have staking, SegWit, I think ring signatures and shit like that. So it's but the team behind it this is in my opinion, it's $100 coin, and it's $10 or $5 right now. It's ridiculous. So one that I'm looking at. But yeah, so all right, you like the privacy coins? Do you guys like any platform coins at all? How do you feel about the protocols?
Right now, I would say we're biggest on Ethereum and Neo.
Neo.
Yeah, Neo's big. Obviously, we have some issues with it.
Yeah, Neo does some things we like, some things that we don't like. Some of those are kind of the same thing. You know, the cost to run an app on Neo is expensive, and it requires approval by the foundation, and all of the nodes right now are run by the Neo Foundation. So it's a bit centralized at the moment. That can definitely improve down the line, but at the moment, everything runs through the foundation. So playing devil's advocate, the flip side of that, it also prevents exactly what Mike was talking about before with the Ethereum issue, where you have these platform coins launching ERC20 tokens, raising their money on Ethereum with the intention of actually creating a competitor with the funds raised and then dumping their Ethereum. So Neo is definitely in a better position to manage that risk, only allowing apps and projects that it approves onto its blockchain. So I get it. I see that there's definitely some logic behind it, but at the same time, it's not very decentralized right now. So we'll see where it goes. I think that there's definitely a lot of potential there.
Yeah, they're definitely working. I think they understand the decentralized, or the lack of decentralization with their blockchain and with their platform at the moment. But number one, I mean, Da Hongfei is a brilliant guy, and he's one of the guys in crypto that I want to put my money with, that I want to put my money behind, because I believe in him. I believe in the team that they have there. But then, as you guys said, the quality of the projects that are coming out on Neo as a whole are really impressive. Like, you look at Ontology. I like, even though it's a shitcoin, I like some of what Deep Brain Chain is trying to do. And then, even Red Pulse, they're super active. They send me emails all the time because I was going to participate in their ICO, but I didn't. They're super active with what they're trying to do as well. And then you have the next exchange that they're trying to build as well. There's just a lot of good things going on with Neo, and then you find out recently they have their white paper, their white paper 3.0. They're going to be coming out with, and have you guys seen the update to the new Neon wallet that they're pumping out, the 2.0? It's slick.
No, I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it.
It's really slick. So if they can address, I think in their white paper 3.0, they're going to try to address the decentralization issues. But do you guys subscribe to the thought that with the Neo blockchain that gas could one day be more expensive than Neo itself?
Yeah, right. The circulating supply, I think, is a lot less. The total supply.
Yeah.
And ultimately, as more projects are deployed on Neo, and a lot of developers want to deploy all these smart contracts, they're going to need gas. Right. They need to hoard gas.
The economics of gas versus Neo are interesting. Mike can definitely get into that a bit more, but it's definitely an interesting.
No, I think gas could surpass Neo. Yeah. But yeah, that's really it, I think.
Yeah, theoretically.
Yeah. But I think a couple other interesting shitcoin projects that I've been looking at is Loopring.
Okay.
I like Loopring a lot. I think that they can gain a lot of traction, and they're I forget their market cap right now, probably around 100 million. Yeah. Do you know much?
Sorry, finish your thought.
Do you know much about them?
I've heard a lot about them. I haven't gotten a chance to really look into them.
Yeah.
So fill us in, man.
I like it, right? Because a lot of people actually don't know much about it, but they see the name. And what they're really doing is they're creating this system, because I think that decentralized exchanges are only going to get more popular as people put more effort into it. I personally, obviously right now, would rather use a centralized exchange because I actually do trust them more. But that doesn't mean that the market doesn't speak for itself. As I'm sure as a trader, you know that. So I think that Dexys will get more popular. And what Loopring is doing is creating this this protocol basically called a ring matching and ring sharing. And what that is they're not creating a decentralized exchange, but they're just creating a protocol where people can be a order matcher. And so it's more peer-to-peer, and they can integrate with existing decentralized exchanges and existing centralized exchanges for liquidity. And they just do a peer-to-peer trade. So if you want to trade ARK for Neo, right? There's no ARK to Neo market really on these exchanges. But there's someone out there who wants to trade Bitcoin for ARK, and then someone wants to buy Neo with their ARK, and then someone else wants to buy, some other coin with Neo. The ring matchers will actually just see all that liquidity and then make a three-way trade happen. and all of the trades are done off chain, and you don't actually place orders anywhere. You actually just sign the orders with your private keys, so everything's done in your wallet. So I think it's kind of interesting, an interesting project.
Wow.
So it's kind of like
really
peer-to-peer atomic swaps, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much, yep. And they plan to be blockchain agnostic. So any platform that can support smart contracts, they plan to go. I think they're already launched on Ethereum and Quantum's mainnet, and soon to go on Neo, which is interesting.
Right on, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you guys
what
feel
was the
about
name of the coin? So can you say again? Because I would like to.
It's called Loopring.
Loopring.
Yeah, LRC. Yeah.
I've seen it on Binance. I believe it's on Binance, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I'm an idiot if I'm wrong on that.
No, you're right.
Either I'm talking about it. I think it is though.
Yep.
Well, you're not a trader, so
yeah. I buy coin, I forget about it for a year or two.
Yeah, I mean, one of the coins that we're all super bullish on here. I don't know about you guys. Is another platform coin is Icon, just because I think what they're doing and what they're trying to do is freaking amazing with their partnerships, and I think they've got a real chance to own South Korea. And then you guys have, you have South Korea, like their board of finance or whatever come out. I believe the article came out today where they said that their goal is to turn South Korea into a cashless, basically economy by 2020. Now they said the same thing in 2016, which is it is what it is, but they're in better position to act on that now. And with South Korea, or with Icon being South Korean, having backing from the South Korean government, partnership with Samsung, partnership with Line. Line is gigantic in Japan. They're gonna do Line's gonna do all their dApps on the Icon platform. I think they've got
It's set up well.
Crazy built-in advantage. So as long as this token
high quality shitcoin.
As long as they get back to their roadmap and quit missing deadlines, which would be nice. But
yeah.
That's the thing though, is like, aren't you supposed to come out with a white paper after you have a product built? Like,
well, that's how it used to be, but then crypto came around, and you do it the other way, because you're not gonna get people's money if you first make a product. You have to make a roadmap and white paper, and that's how you start pumping money.
Well, everyone saw how the Wraith protocol fiasco went down, and they still have a huge following. Which how I don't know.
What fiasco? What are you talking about? Wraith protocol is up and running, and is
Wraith protocol. Remember, it was so behind deadline. I was getting ready to say it. There's just one thing after the other. It was always behind deadline. It was never happening.
They give some shitty excuse.
Yeah, it was always they said here's what it's going to be, and then it never was. And
John,
then,
John, you're just hating because you missed the pump. That's all it is.
I'm using okay. Verge is the easiest one to use by far to talk about.
You mean Dogecoin Dark?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. And and then after getting attacked, by hackers, we're gonna clamp down on security. They get attacked again. They have some huge partnership coming out, and it's like, we're accepted on Pornhub. What, like Visa and USD? I didn't know that those were partnerships too, but cool. And everyone's like, yeah, this is like the hugest thing it's the next Bitcoin.
And then it dumps like terribly after nobody's using it. But it's like,
in order to make that Pornhub part happen.
Say that again?
They raised money additionally
from their community.
Yeah.
After people got dumped on, Verge said, "Hey, we need to raise was it a couple million?
It was like millions. It was
78 million or something like that. That was a lot.
78 million Verge is what they needed. They asked for their own coin, 78 million of their own coin, to announce the biggest partnership, and then they were even late on announcing the partnership.
Exactly.
They missed the date, and they're like, it's actually today's the day we're announcing that a partnership is coming up, and it's going to change crypto. And
they made an announcement. They took money to make an announcement.
Yeah,
is what it ended up being.
And then it was
phenomenal business.
But also remember what happened. Also, Pornhub came out like they were like they didn't agreed on the time of the announcement. So basically, Pornhub said, "Yeah, we're gonna start accepting Verge," and then Verge said, "No, there's not an announcement." And then an hour later, they said there's an announcement.
Well, and then the owner of Pornhub came out and said, he's like, the only thing I'm investing in I think it was like BitShares or something like that. It's like not even investing in Verge at all.
I mean, like Tron is really like low tier. I mean, it's low tier shitcoin, but it's still like at least they didn't make a big deal out of the partnership with with Pornhub. Just basically, Pornhub came out and said like, we're gonna start accepting trolling. That's it. So they didn't try to spin it into. I'm giving them credit for that.
I think the funny part is that I think that the reason they were delayed on announcing this partnership was because, and it's something we actually tweeted the other day, is because I don't think that there is a partnership, right? So a lot of people think that just because a coin adds a payment option, right? Like we can add a payment option on any website. Any website can add any payment option. Doesn't
like Visa and USD.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's how they had added it. Tron didn't even know.
Yeah.
They'll probably be like, oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not like pay with Litecoin where you actually have to set the business up on it. And it's not like that. They can just put that payment option there and be good to go.
Yeah. Okay. So, but then when you point that out though to the Verge community, they're like, okay, well, still, it's getting the name out to the mainstream, so it's huge for crypto. I'm like, okay, so then it's not a partnership though, is it? What you're buying into, what you're being sold, is not reality.
Yeah. Did they actually explain why they supposedly needed those 78 million of Verge for this partnership?
So they can dump on.
Man,
so they can make money. Yeah, just pump our bags.
Yeah, I mean, talking about what a big shitcoin Verge is like basically beating a dead horse. It's too easy. It's basically too easy. But the funny thing is, there are still people who will fucking fight you on it and and try to.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They were able to raise the money. So people were out there. We're happy to give them 78 million Verge. Well, what is that?
It's basically it's when you have this kind of cults, followings of it, like some guy who claims to be a new, second coming of God, and he can convince 200 people to kill themselves to go to the next world. You're like,
wait, Bart, are you thinking about doing something or
maybe, man?
Where does this go?
Be ready for my ICO.
He's about to show his next,
Koresh coin, David Koresh coin. So, Mike and Aaron, let me ask you guys about this: the EOS launch. What's your opinions on that stellar happening?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really comes back to what Mike was saying before about ERC20 tokens launching on Ethereum only to create their own platform and eventually do a airdrop and bail off Ethereum, dump their Ethereum, and just do their own thing. I don't think it's not a good signal to me. I think that something like Cardano is a much better bet in that scenario because you have developers who are building their own platform from the ground up. They're not piggybacking off of another existing platform trying to, leverage it in that way. So,
and then also, I mean, their mainnet was delayed due to vulnerabilities. And then speaking of vulnerabilities, what was the number?
Yeah, so then you have one developer found 8 vulnerabilities in a week. So he's a single person spent 7 days of their time, found 8 vulnerabilities that
Did they make like 80K off that?
I think he made 120K off of it.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So if you look at EOS has a page on I forget, it's either HackerOne or one of the bug bounty sites, and it outlines what qualifies for their bug bounties, and they're all mission critical issues. It's not like small bugs that this guy was finding. It's huge issues with the wallet, with transactions, with double spend, with big problems. So the mainnet was not ready to go. It was riddled with issues, and based on that, him spending a week and finding those issues, I'd imagine that a larger team with more time would find many more issues. So they've lost a lot of credibility, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What was the first thing? What was the thing that made them so pump so hard in the first place? Because there's
Dan
many.
Larimer.
Who's the guy? Because I have to enlighten.
Brock Pierce is a great showman.
Right.
I think he's exotic enough where people in the crypto community want to relate to him. And then there were also a lot of interviews where him and Vinny, what's his name? Vinny something from Civic Coin. Yeah. He also did a lot of interviews and a lot of partnerships with him. I think without those people being their headline, they would not be known at all right now. And I think that both of those people are not super technical, and are relying big time on hiring people that they think are technical.
Right. So it's about big names rather than the actual product being good.
I think so.
Yeah, Mike and I see it every day, quite literally. Excellent salesmen are getting into crypto. You know, they see the money, they're there. I think
Justin Sun.
Justin Sun. Yeah. There's numerous top-notch salespeople in the crypto space that are, going to do an excellent job of, convincing the masses that their coin is, worth it. It's going to make everything happen, and they're going to, everyone's going to moon. But the reality is that a lot of them definitely don't know what they're doing.
I mean, look at it. So the top 2 market cap coins, you have, we don't know who the creator is of Bitcoin, and Vitalik might be the worst salesperson of all time.
So, I've also heard the idea that the right mindset to kind of create a better Ethereum, or the next generation Ethereum, like it requires the right mindset and the right motivation. Someone like Vitalik, who has that mind, but also maybe has a little bit more experience and the motivation to not just try and get rich, but really create something and spend their time to actually make the world a better place, which I genuinely believe is what his goal is. That's a really rare thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a bit of a stretch, but it kind of reminds me of what Bill Gates was, at the beginning of his times. Like, he didn't give a fuck about really making lots of money. It was, he made money as a result of his attitude, but he's just basically being, really good technical guy, and he's like, he has a vision and he's focused on the vision, not on actually making money and shilling his coin. That's kind of how I see it,
I have to give that to Steve Wozniak, but we don't have to go there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at Vitalik, like, he is the gold standard for what you want out of the crypto community, in my opinion. If you take away the DAO hack and that entire bullshit that happened, okay, and just from his actions now, he's super active, going to a ton of events. I mean, people can talk to him on like Discord and Telegram and shit all the time. He's everywhere. He's absolutely everywhere. The guy could sell all the Ethereum that he owns and never have to work again. But he doesn't think in terms of money. He thinks in terms of a value add about how he can change the world, or how he can implement this blockchain technology for everybody. And I mean, just if you think about it, even if I was one of the smartest people in the world, the challenge of scaling Ethereum with what it has to go up against to try to scale is almost like an unsolvable puzzle, and the damn guy's got it all planned out. Like, it's insane.
And
so,
essentially a child.
Yeah.
So he's a kid.
He's got just the right amount of autism,
pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
He's on the spectrum, but he's a high tier,
Yes. And I say that lovingly.
Yeah, exactly. No.
The more unicorn T-shirts, the better. That's how I see it.
Hey, yeah. I got a one with a big wave and a cat surfing on a piece of pizza with his arms out like this.
So, I'll invest in that guy.
Yeah, it's a good T-shirt. Yeah,
dude, I'm digging that Doge shirt, man. That is with the moon behind it.
Yeah,
that's good shit. I gotta get one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I'll plug the guy who made it. He's a cool guy. Crypto Daddy is the shop. He's got a bunch of cool shirts.
I've actually heard of them.
Yeah, I saw him posted in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, and I saw a couple of the shirts, and it was 100% impulse buy. I was like, I've got to have that. Ordered shirts. I've got this one. I've got a few others, and he's actually released a bunch of other ones that I want to order, but I've been holding off. So yeah, go check them out for sure.
Bear markets are rough, bro.
They are, man. They are.
We're thinking about spinning up a shitty merch store, so we'll see how that goes.
That would be so like what? Just like shitcoin T-shirts where you make fun of shirts, or what? Or where you make fun of coins,
or like just shitcoin shirts.
Yeah, there's some shitcoin merch coming for sure.
I mean,
you guys should make shirts, passive aggressive coin shirts for your least favorite shitcoin projects. So like, make one with Verge and on the back put Wraith Protocol, bro, or something like that, and like everybody's like, oh my god, like shut up, but they love it, like they eat it up.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll still buy it, but like deep down, you're like, it was an instant.
Or they won't even realize that they're buying something and is making fun of their favorite coin. You know, it's like they're like, oh yeah, man, that's Verge T-shirt. I'm gonna buy it, but they don't realize it's actually making fun of them.
Yeah.
We're thinking about that, and then obviously like generic, just Bitcoin shirts and other shirts. Gotcha.
So I mean, you go down that road, you know, you're gonna have people. You're gonna have two kinds of people. The one kind of people that are celebrating that and laughing with you, and the people that are going to come at you guys. And I think you guys have had some of that, right?
Yeah.
You've got a few people come at you, like, and even the creators behind the coin. You don't need to name anyone.
Yeah.
You've had some names come at you.
The question is, what is your plan on how you're going to deal with assassins? That's what we're asking.
Yes.
You're going to post
your tower defense system.
So, at the end of the day, though, any hate that came to us, and by the way, actually, it's been like 98% love. But the 2% of hate that did come to us, the realization that they have in the end is that it's ultimately creating engagement, right? Because most of these coins that are past number 500 on CoinMarketCap, people aren't going to find out anyways. The only reason people learned about it was because people screenshotted our funny answers and shared it. So after speaking with some of the coin devs, and there's some, people who were pissed off at first, we told them that at the end of the day, we're not Bitcoin maximalists like they think. We're crypto enthusiasts. We love crypto. At the end of the day, it's promoting their coin because it hasn't moved the market. No one is looking at our answers and saying, oh, they're saying it's a shit coin, I'm going to sell. If anything, people either agree with it or they get triggered. And when they get triggered, they don't listen to it. They just argue with it. So
triggered.
To be fair, if people actually made a decision based on your answers on do I own a shitcoin, they would probably make more money than listening to random shows on Twitter. Just saying.
Some people are saying too, yeah.
Here's the problem with shitcoins, man, is they pump hard. They pump hard.
Pump hard, but the problem with pumping shitcoin is if you don't know what you're doing, and when they pump, you're just gonna lose lots of money. That's because when they pump, it's mostly the people who are in the know who make money on those pumps, not the regular folk.
It's hard to tell when to sell on a pump on a shitcoin because like when they're pumping abnormally high and like, oh, it shouldn't even be this high. Should I ride it out or wait? And if you wait like too long, it's like, just like.
Or the thing is, like, you sell after a 20x, and then it goes up another, or after a 40x, and it goes up another 20x after that, like I did with Z Classic, because I bought the exact bottom of the last Z Classic when I saw Rhett Creighton was coming back to the project, and they were gonna make Bitcoin private, and it was like, okay, this is gonna fucking pump. Like I've seen this a million times. Rhett loves forking fucking Z Classic, man. It's like what he lives to do. And it was as low as you can get before going to zero. It was a dead project. And it pumped 40x. I'm like, okay, well, I should probably take my profits here. So I did. And then I look back like 2 weeks later and it went up another 20x. And I'm like, that would have been a fucking like crazy. That's just insane.
Yeah.
And you feel like an asshole. And so,
but then again, you take your 40x and you're a happy guy.
Yeah, the biggest thing to remember is that, remember how stocks do. Remember that this isn't like a fantasy land that lasts forever.
Yeah.
So, some people in the crypto space, especially like my background, I'm coming from more of a traditional financial background. Before diving full time into crypto, I was basically consulting with hedge funds. And when I look at their returns, if they get a 2x return, they're like taking the year off. Like that doesn't happen, right?
And the amount of risk that they had to take to get that 2x return.
Yeah, so people in the crypto world is like, no, I'm not going to sell, dude. I'm only 4x. I'm like, if you're up 30%, take a little bit, And
I mean, you've got Noah bitching about only going 40x.
No, but that
tells you all.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
No, it's perspective though. We get so caught up in crypto, and it's like that extra 20x that you saw go by, you're so pissed at. Or when you're up 20x and then you decide to hold on to a shitcoin a little too long and it drops and you sell it like 12, 11, 10x, you're like pissed. But yeah,
you're like, damn, I could have get 20x, man.
And then you got these guys in the hedge fund. They're like, after like a year or two, like, oh, dude, I just 2 times it,
Yeah.
I mean, you can get caught up in waiting for those big pumps too, because if you look at NXT last all season, I hit like a 12x when I was on vacation on that, and I was on a boat or on a cruise ship, and there was you had to pay like $100 for 100 megabytes of data, really bad. So I didn't check my my Blockfolio all week, and we had the long altcoin depression of Bitcoin rising crazy to 20K, and altcoins got freaking massively slaughtered on a Satoshi level, on Satoshi price level. And then I come back, like I get off the boat and I check my Blockfolio, and NXT is up like 12x. I'm like, what? Like I knew they're going to do the Ignis airdrop, but that's crazy. So, you take your profits on that, it goes crazy or whatever. But then you look for the same exact thing with ETC when they had the Callisto fork for the testnet. And you're like, okay, ETC is going to go crazy, man. We're getting a $100, $300, whatever, ETC. Like they're going to go 10x from here. And it goes to like $40 and then dies. Like, yeah. So you just got to take what comes to you and be happy with it, I guess.
I mean, let me see. So I know, so I remember when I first heard about Verge, I knew about Dogecoin Dark. And then this guy that I know knows the founder, the creator of Verge. And he posted in his little Facebook group, hey, he's going to take over the project. Let's see what happens. And Verge was at 2 Satoshi. And I put like 0.3 Bitcoin in on 2 Satoshi on Verge. And then it was kind of chilling there for 3 weeks or so. It hit like 4 Satoshi and I sold. And I was like, what the hell is this? And then it pumps, like you can't predict it.
Oh, dude, that's like the guy that on Twitter said, man, I wish I wouldn't have sold my 1,500 Bitcoin at whatever, at 30 cents now that it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, even a couple years ago, there was a time I had like 1,000 Ethereum at like $2. And then, I sold a chunk of it at like $12, I remember. And I remember it like going up and I come there and it was like $20, $25.
I'm killing it. I'm
like, it's going to go down. It hits like $30, $40. I'm like, nah, dude, it's got to go down. It's like $50. I went back all in on it. But like.
Yeah, I sold.
Yeah.
I had 20 or 2,000, over 2,000 ant shares at $3.
Ooh,
and
it's a good one.
Sold it at like $40 or something like that. But then you go back and it goes up to 200, and I caught some of that ride, but not $6,000. You get 2,000 and then it goes up to $200. Like that would have been, you miss them. Like, this shit isn't as easy as people make it sound.
No. We had Ripple under 1,000 Satoshi, and we sold it around like 10,000 Satoshi, maybe a little more than that. But we definitely continued to watch it go up, and we definitely had the conversation. What if we kept it?
Oh yeah.
It's always if. It's always
we made exactly quite a bit on it.
That's a 10x, man.
Yeah.
Over 10x.
Yeah.
So
what was the typical third shitcoin for all the newbies? Is Verge, is Tron, and I keep forgetting
Ripple.
Ripple, of course. Yeah, that's Ripple.
Oh yeah. you guys obviously, I'm guessing, aren't fans of Ripple, right?
Ripple maximalist, right?
Based on the website.
Yeah. So I mean, I've come to terms with like what Ripple is. It's centralized distributed banking tech. It may continue to exist for a long time and actually back a lot of real financial institutions, but it's not a cryptocurrency in my definition, and it's not something I put much faith in. That said, I've made money on it. I think it's pretty cheap right now, and there's money to be made. So as shitcoins go, it's probably one of the higher tier shitcoins, but definitely Bitcoin.
Yeah, I think that they have a legitimate business. I think competing with Swift and going into the existing financial system is a good play from a business point of view, right? Like if they were just a normal startup on Silicon Valley, I'd probably want to invest in their startup.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just not a crypto. That's really what it comes down to.
I'm exactly the same. I mean, I don't know about defining as a crypto or not a crypto, but basically, I'm not a fan. But at the same time, I think it's still gonna be valid and it's gonna keep being one of the top cryptos for a long, long time. So
they're a world-class company. It's just the problem is that XRP is completely separate from Ripple.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like Ripple Net is amazing, and it over time they can absolutely have a place. But you don't need XRP to save money with RippleNet. You can save a little bit more, sure, but it's highly centralized. And I mean, are you going to go to a board of directors at a a top 10 bank and say, hey, we're going to start doing our remittances through XRP. And XRP is $1. And then you buy, I don't know, $100 million worth to test it out. And then by the time you use most of it, it's worth $70 million. Because of the speculative nature of crypto. So the argument to that would be, okay, more liquidity comes into the market, then you have less price volatility because there's more buyers and sellers at each level. But that's not where we are right now, which tells me that if XRP is even going to succeed, it's years away.
Yeah.
It is like years away. So catch the pumps while you can. We've all made money on Ripple, but catch the pumps while you can and understand, like with a lot of these shitcoins, Bitcoin Cash is going to prime for a pump again. I hate that coin, but I will make money. Like, I'll trade a coin. You show me a chart, I'll trade it. So you got to, I'm not going to hodl Bitcoin Cash for 10 years and start worshiping the ground that Roger Ver walks on, because I think he's a psychopath or a sociopath. But I'll trade the chart, I guess, just like you guys did with Ripple.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ripple, there are people who bought Ripple at $3.20. And it's, whatever, around 50 cents right now.
The CNBC
Yeah.
By XRP. Yeah, 276. Yeah.
Oh, dude, no, like crypto Twitter was huge on like especially during the bull run, and that was one of the things. It was IOTA and Ripple at the time were like head to head, it just going back and forth. Who's going to be the better one? Blah blah blah. I remember seeing people like showing their bags clearly, saying, "No, buy now, buy now, buy now," and people were buying the top. And right after December, watching that drop, people got salty as shit.
When David Goldstein told his followers that it was their last chance ever to buy Ripple at $2.83.
Well, he was right. To be honest, he was right.
That's right. He was right.
That's true. Again, maybe.
Oh gosh. All right, so let's check out this website.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, I mean, in the meantime, I'm just gonna say, because someone might sit and like, oh, you're hating on this coin, and then and you're still buying and selling it. But there's a thing, like, you can make money on shitcoin. Just because you're making money on something doesn't negate the fact that it's a shitcoin.
Exactly. So, and a lot of newbies don't understand that shitcoin is a joke term.
Yeah.
Some of the OGs who like Bitcoin and a lot of Bitcoin maximalists called it shitcoin. Every other coin shitcoins, but now it's just a funny term. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's like we call basically almost any coin shitcoin. Sometimes we call Bitcoin shitcoin, because
it's definitely a higher tier shitcoin.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good shitcoin, but still a shitcoin.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, so this is the website. If you guys haven't been here, you gotta check this out. Like, I told Mike and Aaron this, I believe, on an email. I was at dinner waiting for our table to get called to our table, and I found this on Twitter, and my wife and I were looking through it and laughed. Like, some of these are hilarious. So, all right, let's try BTC. Submit. This is a serious question. Bitcoin is king. Bitcoin is gold. Bitcoin is God. And then, like, look at LTC. Hilarious. This is a fast shit coin. May as well hodl.
Well, it's true. He's like, he's fast Bitcoin. He's just fast Bitcoin.
It's so funny. This is a fast shit coin. Okay, Tron. Loaded mid-tier shitcoin and overhyped, promising a lot yet to deliver.
Type in a PPI, which is Pied Piper. You'll like the response if you typed in TRX.
PPI, mega high tier shitcoin. Don't understand Richard Hendrick's serious TRX competitor.
Wait, but hit it again, because there's a couple. Yeah.
But yeah.
Best hodl out there. If anyone tries a 51% attack, Guilfoyle will hack more than your smartphone.
That's big for the Silicon Valley lovers out there.
Yeah.
All right, let's try Linda.
Linda
coin.
Let's see.
Congrats, you have entered shitcoin. Try Deep Onion coin.
There's a prime shitcoin land,
yeah. Onion just. Oh, I didn't type it right. Dumbass. Okay, here we go. Congrats. Okay. All right. So there's a couple that. All right, XVG. Dump this shit. It used to be called Dogecoin Dark and got hacked 3 times.
This is the best summary of Verge I've seen. Like, with one sentence, it like summarizes everything you should know about Verge.
Yeah. Do you like centralized cryptos? All right, let's try Neo. Chinese Ethereum. Why not higher tier shitcoin?
USD. USD.
Is USD on here?
Yeah.
Oh, get out of here with that fiat nonsense. How about USDT? I mean, this is kind of shit. Trade with real USD if you desire.
Wait, people are typing in yes a lot, right?
Yeah, some people typed in yes, like to be wise, like, oh, yes, I own the shitcoin.
Clever. Yeah. Yes. Did you type in no?
No, there's not one there yet. We'll add that. We'll have to add that.
You should just add GFY.
Yeah.
All right, Eve. Praise Lord Vitalik and his creation. Might be a shitcoin one day, but hodl for now. What about ETC? I haven't even looked at this one. Good job. You selected a top tier shitcoin, not a shit tier shitcoin.
This is a shitcoin to follow. So basically, guys, what's the plan going forward with the website? What is
So it's actually interesting. It can get pretty serious. We could turn this into some serious shit. It's a bad pun. But so pretty much, a lot of people have been saying that they want to start voting up or down. We've had a couple of very experienced engineers that we know in the industry who have created sentiment analysis algos that crawl across Twitter, searching for emojis and different texts and different phrases, and using a combination of GitHub metrics, market metrics, volatility, sentiment across social media. We could start creating actually a shittiness algo. And eventually we might actually show all the coins. Kind of like when you go on CoinMarketCap, they're ranked by market cap. Our coins might be ranked by shittiness, which might be close to the market cap. It'll be interesting to see. But it could be actually an interesting indicator. And then also, if you go back to the website, right, we added a company statistics page, which shows you how many total searches that there have been, which coins have been searched for, the top 10 searched coins. So as maybe we'll create like a signal service, right, where instead of getting price signals, we'll tell you which coins are being researched for a lot now, which might even be a precursor to price signals. It's sort of like a sentiment analysis portal. In addition to, we're going to be posting like a coin review a day and just kind of pushing out content, teaching people about crypto.
That's awesome. So basically, you plan on developing and expanding the whole project, right? It started as a joke, like you said, but like now you notice there's like lots of traction and people like it. You want to move forward with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So when we first launched, it was just the answers. Then we started showing some of the basic statistics from CoinMarketCap. Next, when you answer, there might be a view statistics button, which will take you to a coin dashboard, so you can see, the price, the shittiness level. Maybe we'll have different poop emojis, like a gold, silver, bronze one.
How many shit emojis do you get?
Exactly. So maybe it'll be like 5 shit emojis. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But basically,
that's awesome. I love it. I think it's really gonna be useful, and it already is a useful tool for like especially newbies in the crypto world, because it's they people get wrecked listening to random shows on Twitter so much. It's a funny way of actually indicating if you are looking to buying like something that's gonna get you wrecked.
And also, like, a lot of people are learning that it's really an indicator of risk, right? So it's not telling you don't buy a coin. It's just saying, this is mega shit. Maybe it won't be one day.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like you guys said, like it's high tier shitcoin. It's still a shitcoin, but it's a high tier, so it's like like lower risk.
All of this. Yeah, if you don't want to be risky, go buy McDonald's stock.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love it. I think it can be like really huge thing.
Yeah, and we have 20 to 50 more email signups coming in every day still from the website. So we're building a huge newsletter. We're still getting thousands of unique visitors a day, and a lot of people offering to write content, write humorous, satirical content that is still factual. So we're kind of figuring out what we'll really turn into. But
yeah, once you're gonna start competing with CoinMarketCap, please don't remove the funny descriptions, because this is the bread and butter. It has to stay. It has to stay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so outside of some of the negativity then, and you said it was like 98% positive, Have you actually had coins or coin projects and tokens and stuff like that reach out to you guys also to kind of get on your side, ask for, or pay you guys to do things or advertise for them?
Absolutely. We've had a lot of coins reach out to us offering a lot of money for advertisements. There's nothing to hide there. Some coins offer, just so the community knows, some tokens and coins offer a lot. There's some tokens that say, hey, we're ICOing right now. If you add us and go by our terms or do a couple tweets, we'll give you 50 grand of our token at the end. There's some coins offering tens of thousands of dollars just to be mentioned in the newsletter.
Wow. That's
crazy.
You should go for it, but reserve the right to write whatever you want, and then take money and be like, this is the low tier ICO. Don't fucking buy this shit.
So a couple of fortunate things is that we're not two newbies who made this site. We're not necessarily desperate for crypto. We're involved in other projects and other ventures that are lucrative. So if you notice, we didn't push Google AdWords to make $50 a day.
We had a ton of people telling us, throw up AdWords on it, make your money, you're getting tons of hits.
We haven't had a featured coin. We haven't had any sponsored. So we understand that it's a fine line, and we're not here to pump people's coins. We're not here to change the answers. If someone pays us to be added to our website, there have been tokens that are not on CoinMarketCap that want to be added. We tell them, sure, there is a fee for being added, just in terms of pure operational costs. It takes us time to research the coin, to add it, to make the answers are. There's time involved, especially when a lot of coins ask to be added.
And you have to like the answer.
But we tell them that if it's a shitcoin, we're going to put you in super shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pay for it, but you have to like the answer.
Yeah, but they're still open to it. They know that it's engagement. They know that it's humorous. Yeah. And we know that advertising is a fine line. So we're still sort of working out how we're going to tell people that this is an advertisement, this is a sponsored article, so no one is tricked into it. Mm-hmm. And eventually we'll have to get there, because this is taking up so much of our time that we have to,
compensate for your time. Yeah, obviously.
We have to be in a business to some extent. Yeah.
It's like a really awesome problem to have.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially being crypto enthusiasts, and like you guys said, you're on the right side of the track for it too. So yeah, no, it's fun. Your site's super fun. And the Noah's Ark group loves it as well. So. Yeah, we're super glad to have you guys on.
Perfect. Yeah, awesome, guys. Well, usually time we wrap this up. You guys got anything else to say? Anything to plug?
Just
any favorite shitcoins?
Yeah, no, just stay tuned. We'll be pushing out a coin review a day. A lot of content, a lot of funny content, where you'll learn some things. There's big shit coming. Yeah, big shit's coming. So stay tuned, and that's it. And
guys,
following you guys, and I think what you guys do is awesome. Also,
well, actually, and just for you guys too, just to plug it in, you guys have your own little podcast also, right?
We do, but we might maybe rebrand it as we do interviews under the show. But we definitely fooled around with podcasts, and we're trying to figure out now how to push content under one brand. Pretty much.
Right. Yeah. Where can people find your podcast right now? You might rebrand, etc. But right now, if people would like to find it,
it's on YouTube. It's called Cryptonomics. CRYPTENOMITS. We only had we had 12 or 13. Yeah, 10. I forget how many episodes, but we did a few. And
check
it out. Yeah,
look for the little Bitcoin professor.
Yeah, it's a little Bitcoin professor dude like that.
Oh, one question I wanted to ask you guys that I forgot to ask you. I want to. Where do you guys see crypto going?
Up.
Just up.
Just up.
I think ultimately, I think we both think that the world is being globalized, right? And unfortunately, we can't use the same apps that we use in China. We can't use even some apps in Canada. Or the reality is that the digital world is not globalized, while the communication is. And we think that with applications launching on Ethereum and other platform coins, it globalizes business and the advertising industry and can really connect everyone in a better way. So that's where we see it going.
Yeah, the number of ways that I think crypto is going to change the world is too many to list. But between providing a financial system for third world countries to changing how advertising works, like Mike said, to the decentralized tech, not even public cryptocurrencies, revolutionizing back end technologies at banks, hospitals, healthcare. It's definitely going to change the world. I think we're only seeing the beginning now.
For sure. Right on.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, viewers and the viewers that do watch this got a lot of my following is all over the world. So when they wake up, if you guys want to follow these guys on Twitter or see their website, both are in the description of this video, this podcast. So make sure you guys do that, engage with them. And yeah, I thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm excited to see how your website and your brand and everything is going to grow and see where you guys take this. I'll definitely be following closely. So
a lot, yeah. We'll keep in touch. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd
Awesome.
love to have you guys on again sometime too.
It was great.
Yeah, for sure.
Happy to be back on.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.